All right, everyone, we are just days away now from the WCBI Bridal Showcase. The doors will open Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Trotter Convention Center. All brides and bridal parties are welcome. This is the perfect day to let WCBI help you plan the wedding of your dreams. Our annual Bridal Showcase and Fashion Show is the premier bridal event of the year, with multiple exhibitors from across the area in attendance to answer all of your questions. You will receive samples and information on catering, entertainment, photography, and more, while the fashion show will debut all of the new trends on a runway. Plus, be there for the unveiling of WCBI's new bridal marketplace auction. Now, wedding venues are very, very popular. Rhonda Aundrea should know. She runs WIsteria Vines Event Barn in Caledonia, and she joins us today. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
So, you're going to be at the Bridal Showcase on Saturday talking to brides and their families about what they can find at WIsteria Vines. Tell us a little bit about WIsteria Vines.
Well, we have a 4,000 square foot ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
We have a banquet hall and a kitchen, full kitchen, bride and groom dressing rooms. We have a huge entrance hall that a lot of people use for serving appetizers and such.
Okay.
We do offer props that they can use included in their rental fee, like lanterns, easels, signs. Trying to make it as much accommodating as we can.
So when brides come to you, what are some of the frequently asked questions they have for you? And I know they have gazillion questions for you.
Well, the way our venue is set up is we have the huge room, and then we have the smaller banquet halls. A lot of them want to know, well, how do we do the setup in front of the stage and then do our food? But most brides will set their tables up and leave them set up during the ceremony.
Okay, so people have their ceremony and their reception in this one venue. Is that becoming a popular trend to do it all in one?
I think so.
Because, you know, when I was growing up, you always went to the church, and you left the church, and you went to the reception.
Right. Well, this is kind of a one-stop shop, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
you can do your rehearsal supper, you can do your reception, and have your wedding all in one building.
When it comes to decorations, what are brides wanting? Do they want to go all out for decorations, or are a lot of them keeping it simple?
Well, it just depends on the bride.
Okay.
I've seen such a variety.
What do you recommend to them? I mean, based on your venue, what do you say to them about how to do it?
Well, I let them do their own thing. We're very versatile. You know, the rustic was very popular for a while, and now I'm seeing a little more getting away from that, a little more elegant. But having a venue like that where you can rearrange and do what you want to, you know, a lot of time in churches you can't move the pews.
That's exactly right. Or the organ or that piano. Don't you touch it.
So there's a lot of versatility there.
When it comes to what they're serving in terms of beverages, some people want alcohol at their wedding, some don't. So what's your policy? What do you suggest brides do?
They can use alcohol, have it there. They just have to follow the law and the guidelines. They can't serve it themselves unless they're licensed. So.
Okay, so they have to have someone licensed there to serve it.
Yes.
Okay, what about the curfew? Is there a, I guess for lack of a better term, what time do you have to be out?
By midnight.
Okay. All right. And then, so the day of the wedding, how long do they have the venue? I mean, what time can their decorators get in there and start? How does all that work?
Well, most of my brides, we have a 2-day package where they can have all day Friday and all day Saturday. So they can get in as early as 8 o'clock on Friday, and then they'll have it to midnight on Saturday. And I'm flexible. If they need to come back on Sunday morning and clean up or get their stuff, if there's not another event that day, that's not a problem.
So what do you suggest to brides about when they should book? I mean, some people start thinking about their weddings, 2 years out, some just a year, or some they may have gotten, engaged, and Christmas they want to be married by June.
Right, the sooner the better.
Really?
We already are booked for 3 events in December already of this year. So.
I will tell you something that I am finding, and that is that people are moving weddings from Saturday to Friday or Sunday.
Right. I've had a few
so
Sunday
why
weddings.
is that? Is it cheaper? Let me just be honest. Is it cheaper to do it outside of that typical Saturday?
Not with me.
It's all the same.
It is.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they're doing it, unless it's just a special date they want.
Maybe so, yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So on Saturday, brides will be able to come by your table. Any special information they need to have with you on that day to sort of talk about just preliminary things?
Well, if they have a tentative date, and, we'll have a brochure they can look at. We'll have a bunch of pictures and some of our props. So.
All right. Fantastic. You do have a website, right?
I do.
All right. You can find, we can just, WIsteria Vines. It's easy to find online.
WisteriaVinesEventBarn.com.
Okay. And social media?
Yes, it's on Facebook, Wisteria Vines Event Barn.
All right. Sounds good. You can check it out even before you get there on Saturday at the Bridal Showcase. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you can't have a party without food. When we come back, Bryan Michaels Catering is here. More ideas for planning the perfect wedding day. Mid-morning. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, everyone, and we're talking all things Bridal Showcase. And I'm going to be honest with you, brides, the biggest part of your budget is going to go to food. That's why we're going to talk right now to David Wilkerson from Bryan Michaels Catering Company. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You all going to have a booth there on Saturday, and truly, that's one of the most important components of the wedding, don't you think?
It is. People get excited for it.
So,
that's what they talk about.
Are people more so doing like full sit-down meals, or are they more into the heavy hors d'oeuvres?
Typically with a rehearsal dinner, you'll see more of a sit-down meal, something a little more formal, and then for your reception, it's usually heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. What sorts of things do you need to know from the brides and their mothers and whoever else is there making the decisions when they come and have an initial meeting with you?
Guest count is always big.
Okay.
But they have up until closer to the date to get a
So what's
final number.
close? Because I've done several different events, and some people want to know 2 weeks out. Some people say, oh, you can tell me in a week.
My final for going up is 10 days out.
Okay.
So it gives me plenty of time.
Okay. So count. You need to know the venue.
The venue, of course, and like you said earlier, most people are doing the ceremony and the reception in the same venue, which helps everybody out because everybody's already contained.
But does that help you, though? Because you may be... Does it interfere with your preparation time when there is a wedding, like right next door or right behind the curtain?
I can work quietly, so as long as I have a curtain or something to hide behind, I can get it taken care of.
All right. So on Saturday, what will brides be able to see? And you guys always have real cool samples there also. So what will you bring on Saturday?
We'll have a charcuterie board, which is dried meats and cheeses. We'll have our goat cheese and candied bacon crostini, which has been a big hit for the past few months. We'll have our fruit display, marinated vegetables, and then we'll do a slideshow. So we'll have a PowerPoint with a slideshow of pictures of stuff we've done in the past. Of course, brochures, business cards. So we'll have a nice setup.
Do most brides come to you with an idea of what they want the spread to look like? I mean, they may not know exactly what the food is, but they want it to look a certain way because presentation's everything.
Most of the time, rustic or elegant is probably my first 2 questions, and then they kind of just usually let us handle it. I mean, if they'll put their faith in us, we'll make it happen.
I've been to a couple of events that you all have done, and there have been like nice ice sculptures there.
I have an ice sculptor that I contract out, and he's actually the president of the Ice Sculpture Foundation in the United States.
I didn't know such thing existed. That's very cool.
He's really good.
A lot of brides also like to do sort of the fondue bar. That's kind of a fun thing to do.
I'm actually about to start working on a queso fountain. It's something that I'm going to start building.
Okay, there was a trend at one time, the sort of the loaded potato martini kind of deal. A lot of people were doing that too.
And we still offer that. We do a punch fountain that's really nice. So it's a polished stainless, and it stands 4 foot tall off the table.
Oh,
so it's
sounds impressive.
You do some flowers with that, and it's really nice looking.
All right. Well, again, Bryan Michaels Catering Company will be at our Bridal Showcase this coming Saturday at the Trotter Convention Center. We always look forward to having y'all there. I'll come by and get some samples.
Do it.
Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us. All right, please join us this Saturday for the WCBI Bridal Showcase. Allie Martin and I will be your hosts for the fashion show featuring incredible gowns for the bride, the wedding party, including the mother of the bride and the groom. We will also have dresses for younger members of the bridal party. You can visit with caterers, venues, rental companies, hair and makeup, and travel agents, plus much more. Again, that's this Saturday. The doors will open at the Trotter Convention Center in downtown Columbus at 10 a.m. The fashion show is at 12:15, and you do not want to miss it. We hope to see all of you there. And of course, you go to our website, WCBI.com, to get more information about it. We'll see you back here tomorrow.